The stranger, the silence of Merceau, who seems indifferent to the world but ultimately takes responsibility. The plague, the dignity of humans struggling in a closed city. The myth of Sisyphus, an attitude that affirms life, even in the midst of repeated pain. The rebel rebellion as an ethical response to an absurd world. The Sea of Oran, Camus' absurdity in my camera. Old and dense buildings, large and small windows, tangled alleys. It is not a simple town. The boundary of life that Camus wandered through in his youth. A space covered with the shadows of human existence. He walked the street and the sea, sometimes like a silent stranger, sometimes like a witness asking about the human condition. In a city closed off by the plague, the houses on the left in the photo are the streets he would have looked at as he passed by, while he would have repeated, "Life is absurd, but we must live." At that time, it may have been the wall of reality that I had leaned on. As he said, absurdity comes from the silence between humans and the world, but he did not turn away from that silence. Rather, he constantly asked questions and demanded rebellion from himself in that gap. Standing in front of this sea, I tried to look again at the world that he had looked at, so I chose a 50-meter single lens, not a wide angle or a drone. Without distortion, I wanted to capture the field of vision and the texture of emotions that Camus would have seen from where I was standing, without any distortion with Camus' close-up lens. The photo is not a single shot, but a panorama format that was taken with several split-view shots and stitched together. It was like Camus' way of depicting the repeated fate of humans, climbing up and down mountains in the myth of Sisyphus. A gaze that is little by little, slow, repetitive, and never gives up. In this completed photo, there are two worlds coexist. On the left is the past he could not leave. On the right is the sense of life he did not give up. The sea. The sea was always a place where death and beauty resided. At the same time for Camus, a place where he enjoyed desire, conceived writing, and reflected on existence in silence. I hope that his absurdity and rebellion and my camera would meet in this photo. Life is not explained by itself, but we must live. And a photo can be the evidence of that. That one belief was the moment that made me press the shutter in front of this sea.